All right. We're on.
The boys are on.
We're actually on.
Once again, this is Tuned In with Raph and Nick live from the Lab Studio. Shout out to the Lab Studio. As you can see this week,
We're decked.
we're upgraded.
That's actually ridiculous.
We're really upgraded in this beach, and the colors, the mic stands, the audio quality, the visual quality, nothing but the best. And we're absolutely loving it. I think I'm going to speak on behalf of both of us.
Please do.
Like, we're absolutely loving and enjoying doing this podcast, meeting new people, meeting the guests, picking apart their mind, being able to, comprehend different things. Sexy Rexy has just walked back into the room. Do you want to come on camera and show your head or no?
Yeah, come on, mate.
But it's been great, and we did have someone booked in for this week.
Things happen.
Okay. Obviously, people get busy, but yeah, we're not gonna skip a week.
Hard, no chance.
I feel like Raptor Div has a lot to offer.
No, I feel like Nick Webb has a lot to offer.
And we're gonna get into it. So, do you have anything on the agenda? Anything that's crossed
Honestly,
your path this week?
We'll just have a chat. I mean, like, there are a few things happening in music that I've seen. Like today, Drake announced his Australian tour.
I'm
He's
excited
coming
for
back.
that.
He's back. So you're still excited?
Oh, all things aside, man. Like, I was there at the 2016 tour when he came, and bro, I had the best time. Like,
I remember.
All things aside, like, he's a great performer, and Kendrick was good as well. And
I need a Max Ween.
I don't get that. Is that because the
his
gambling thing?
It's his streaming like persona. Yeah, like when he streams like gambling and stuff, like the CAS and all that. I need a Max Ween.
Okay, that makes sense, because I was wondering. I was talking to one of the boys today. And I was like,
it's just weird that he's like full lent into this persona. Like, he doesn't have a new album or anything to like not compensate, but partner up with this release or this tour, I should say.
I think it'll be interesting to see, with touring and everything that's gone on. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I think people in the comment section are still going on, because Kendrick just dropped. And great album as well.
Oh, bro, like, good album.
Like, all things aside, but at the end of the day, they're both going to keep on doing their thing. They're both going to have amazing fan bases, great people, supporters, and I'm honestly just excited to see him live. I can't wait. Like, as soon as the tickets go on sale next week.
I think I will be going as well, probably. Like, I really don't know how I feel, to be honest. It's like, I'm not jumping on the bandwagon. Because, to be fair, my opinion on the beef is like a little mixed, as you know. Like, yeah, Kendrick won, but like it was a little bit of not foul play, but like not so much in the spirit of sparring as it was like going for his life. And like, I didn't respect that fully to an extent, but props to Kendrick for coming out victorious. And like, he definitely dropped the better tracks and the better disses. But like, I don't know if it really changes my perception of Drake. I think people just really wanted to see him fall, and yeah, I'm with you. I'd probably go see him live.
Yeah, look,
I don't know if I'll buy tickets straight away. Maybe I'll think about it, but because I don't know, is he going to be the same? Like, when you spoke about like seeing him in, what was it, 2015,
2016, yeah.
Like, oh, man, like you were telling me the stories, and I was like, sounds like the fucking best concert ever.
It was a great concert, and look, at the end of the day, bro, like, we've all got shit going on. Like, to be completely real, I couldn't give a fuck about the beef. I couldn't care less. I'm going to go see Drake. I'm going to have a good time. The same way I go to a club. The same way I go to like a Glass Island, a DJ event.
You go see Drake, but you're going to go see Anita Max Ween.
Yeah, see, I don't know why he's doing those things. I'm not going to lie.
Don't know why he's doing such things.
Yeah, there's no reason to do such things, but I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, honestly, I think he said like February next year. But it's, shout out to both of them. I went to Kendrick as well, 2017. Oh, I went with you.
Yeah, you went with me.
And
bro, what a concert.
That was a great concert.
Such a good concert.
That was 2018?
Oh, yeah, actually, I think it was 2018.
Yeah,
not 2017.
No, it was 2018 because I was able to just purchase alcohol.
That's right. Yeah.
That's why I remember. But yeah.
We went with Sachin as well.
Yeah.
Shout out Sach.
But yeah, that's exciting. I think that was a good introduction. That's something that's passed. You mentioned to me something about $10 tickets and Taylor Swift. I haven't really kept up. It's been a pretty hectic week.
Well, to be fair, like just saw it on Insta, like just scrolling through the feed. I don't think it's an Australian thing. It's for her last leg of the tour. I don't know where it is. I think I read somewhere in Europe. I could be wrong. But seats are behind the stage. So you can't see the stage. So like imagine like you're at a ANZ, what's it called now? Accor. And you know how there are artists that will do the stage in the center so that everyone around the stadium can see?
Yeah.
And then there are some that will do it like at the front of the stadium or like on the towards the short side.
Everyone
and then
front.
Everyone's like on this side, but if you're sitting behind, you're literally behind the stage, you can't see. So her performance in whatever country she's in is that setup. But all these seats at the back, because, she doesn't have enough revenue coming in, clearly. She's selling the seats behind the stage for $10 so that people get... Because to be fair, like there are people sitting outside, camping outside the stadiums. I actually understand it to an extent.
I saw a video where they were like climbing a hill or a mountain or something just to like look into a stadium to watch Taylor Swift.
Some of them will just sit outside the doors and just listen. So I'm like, you know what? If people are that desperate to see Taylor Swift, then I can understand it. Like, you love the artist, fair enough. Snatch your $10 tickets. Why not?
Shout out to Taylor Swift. High level witchcraft fucking works. That's excellent. Well done. You're winning. But yeah, honestly, that's now that you've told me all the information, because I had no idea. That I actually really respect that, because at the end of the day, bro, like there will never be enough seats for a Taylor Swift concert.
Oh, bro,
she's bigger than...
She's sold out. Yeah. How many in Australia? How many in Sydney? Like alone, I know so many people that caught planes to different cities and different states just to see her. Like people that we both know like flew out. I was like, yeah, far out. Like that's dedication. Like if you got a fan base like that, like as you said, some high level shit going on there.
Yeah, I respect it. Now, I think I want to talk to you about how you're going. How's music?
Oh, I actually wanted to ask you about the Kendrick album.
Kendrick album? Look, I went through it. Some bangers. There's some maybe I don't enjoy as much, like any other album. But yeah, great album. Like in all honesty, I think his sound is specifically Kendrick. The production was next level. Yeah. Obviously his writing ability is next level. Like it's Kendrick at the end of the day. You're gonna get something different to, every other artist, and he delivered on that. It was a great album. Yeah. The quality was there, the production was there. I really can't fault it, and I saved quite a few tracks. But it's been hard because I haven't been listening to rap much. I'm not gonna lie. Like I listen to Kendrick because it's Kendrick, but 100%. At the end of the day, gravitating now more towards
country,
indie country, Afro house a lot. I don't know. I'm struggling to listen to rap these days. What's happening? What's your listening experience?
I'm in a similar boat. Like straying away from hip hop a little bit, more into the indie, more into the experimental stuff. Definitely into the country. And who did I listen to last night? Not Tyler. She's more Afrobeats. What's her name? Not Georgia Smith. There's another artist. They were playing at the Christmas party. Completely forgot. But hadn't heard
Afro
this.
House?
No, it wasn't Afro House. No, it's like a R&B. Snow Allegra. Do you know Snow Allegra?
Yeah.
She got this great song called "Do for Love." Not the one that I added last night, but I don't know. Hip hop recently, I think it's being overdone.
Okay, yeah.
We're at a point now where we had the golden age of trap. We had the golden age of old school hip hop. We had the 2000s R&B, also hip hop. Then in the 2010s, we also had hip hop. It's like we've done it. It's been
run its course a bit.
I'm not going to say it can't be refreshed. I think all genres go through periods where, even country is making a comeback. Everything will make a comeback. at some point.
I feel people recognize. I don't like the word comeback for country, because if you look at country numbers within the country community, it was always massive. I think it actually got bigger. I don't think it actually made a comeback. I think it genuinely got bigger. But if you look at album sales on a statistic level in terms of country versus hip hop, bro, country fucking blows it out the park. Unless you're talking to Kendrick, bro, Morgan Wallen outdoes, like Jelly Roll outsold Rod Wave.
Jelly Roll's one of the biggest artists in the world, though.
Yeah, Morgan Wallen outsold. I mean, Jelly Roll, I would say country-ish, but Morgan Wallen outsold majority of people. Post Malone's New Country outsold majority of his other albums that weren't necessarily, in terms of first week sales. Now, over an extended period of time, obviously he had massive songs like Rockstar and Congratulations, White Iverson. Like those types of songs will boost an album completely.
For sure.
But on an overall scale, I think you're grading against the curve. Country's outdoing hip hop in most regards.
But I don't know if I necessarily agree with you about the the comeback thing, because music in general is always, or has been, on an upwards trajectory. Whether it be because the amount of people on earth and with availability to music is going up, or because of streaming, the decline of CD sales, things are just so much more readily available. If you look at hip hop numbers 30 years ago, or even less, 10 years ago, it was still the number one genre. But now, like, just because music is so much more accessible, the numbers are so much higher now. Will always be reaching new heights. So even if country was popular before, which I feel like we had quite a lot of, like even Taylor Swift stuff is country before she popularizes it. Like I'm sure you can get the country mixes and stuff. So I remember years ago when she was coming out, my cousin showing me a bunch of her country tracks, like fantastic stuff. And now I think it is a bit of a resurgence. You get the numbers peaking again, but they're outdoing what they were doing before. Okay, so I would say it is making a comeback, and I think part of the reason is like I said, people are getting sick of hip hop, and the thing is, there's been quite a large change in, I think, the collective unconscious over the past few years, at the very least. I think us, who are pretty rooted in faith, were always on one side of the fence, and maybe whether it's the media thought that they could sway things in the opposite direction. I know, like, for us, it seems like there were a lot of people on the outside that were like, nah, I don't really like country, nah, I don't really like all the love songs, would rather like hear about the sex, the drugs, the partying. But for us, it was like, at least for me, it was a little bit more, I prefer something like, I prefer the old school stuff. Wasn't too into the trap. Like, if you, even the songs that we make, I think it's pretty clear. Like, we've done maybe 1 or 2, max 3 party songs. The rest of them are pretty like low key. So I don't know if it's like a collective unconscious thing, but it's interesting to see country getting a boost as a result, because, like I said, like, it's overdone in hip hop. All the drugs, the WAP, the whatever.
Yeah, 100%.
So, and I think people just get sick of it. It's like you can only milk it for so long.
Yeah, it feels like a rinse and repeat process. But I think even with in regards to listening, like I guess I can only speak for myself, but I guess I could imagine this would be pretty true for most people. But when we listen to music, we obviously need to resonate with the music to some extent, and like, I guess when you're younger, you are doing like more party stuff, or not even that, because sometimes we say sex, drugs, and partying, but like this sounds bad, but almost expressed in the right way, you can still resonate with it. As weird as that is to say. Like,
how do you mean?
Like, it doesn't, like, in a way where it's not necessarily glorified, I can still resonate with it, and I'm still somewhat can listen to that music. if it's written and
Like a
recorded
scissor.
in exactly, a scissor or a rod wave, or even to an extent some earlier Drake tracks, like
For sure.
you can still resonate with that, but then you know when you lend yourself more towards like the Sexy Reds and that type of music, I struggle a bit, but I mean, each to their own. It has its, obviously the success it is having means there is a place for it, but I think that place is beginning to feel smaller and smaller. Yeah,
for sure. For sure it is. Like, I agree with you. Like, me and my partner were actually having this conversation the other day where it's like, actually, no. I think it was me and Jim having this conversation the other day. James Bowen.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He was like, yeah, but they're not all bad. He's like, what about like Scissor? And I was like, bro, have you heard the lyrics? I was like, have you read them? Like, you listened to them? And it's like, it's not. You're right. It's the way it's expressed. Like, because it's the same topics.
Yeah.
But one, it's not being glorified, and it's not in your face. Like, let's just not think about it, because a lot of the music that is popular, the Sexy Reds, the WAPs, the Cardi B's and all that, it's music that
it almost detaches you from the human experience of the emotions felt doing something. Like,
like it's just a physical, like I want to say brain rot, but
it's almost like instinctual music. Like it's almost like, I don't know. Yeah, I get exactly what you mean. It's a bit hard to put into words, but it's not. It felt like there wasn't a lot of. It's almost like the things they're describing aren't held with much value. Yeah. So but
more than that, like, I think the way you put it is actually right. Like, completely detached from the actual experience.
Yeah.
It's more so just like.
It's a use of descriptive words to describe an experience that fit the syllable scheme and can be said in a fun way and then just recorded on a track, rather than I literally went through this. This is not only the positive side, this is also the negative side as well, and I write it, I invest emotion into it, and then...
That's what it is. There's zero emotion.
Yeah, there's no emotion to it.
In the songs, it's just purely dance or party, and that's it. And the only experience you're getting is when you're doing the drugs or when you're drinking, which is what the music is basically encouraging. And then you go and listen to a Scissor and it's like, okay, I did some of the same things, but this is the story behind it and this is the reason. And when you listen to it, you're like, I can actually relate to that. It's like, I can actually understand that. It's like, you're heartbroken. Oh, you made a mistake. Oh, you had this entanglement with this person. You were young at one point and you reflect on it and you would have done things differently, and it's like everyone's experienced
there's an air of regret. Like even when the actions aren't correct, that you can write about it and there's still an air of regret or hindsight that's obviously, in the music. Like the other stuff's just there's no foresight, there's no hindsight. It's sort of like
it's like, I'm doing this now. Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
Literally. So I get exactly what you mean.
It's actually heartbreaking, like, to listen to a lot of the music that she puts out. I'm glazing Scissor a bit, but like, seriously, she's a fucking amazing artist. So
shout out Scissor.
Props where they're due. But yeah, I guess what's been happening with you? Tell me about the music. Tell me about what you've been up to. I know you had a studio session with
so
people that should be sponsoring us by now, because it's going to be 3 episodes in a row.
I had a studio session for the first time where someone got to, like, I got to work with the producer and they made a track specifically for me. Like, obviously I've worked with you before, but the way we've worked with, I don't think we've ever built from scratch a beat. Oh,
yeah, we have.
With your best friend actually was from scratch.
It was from scratch.
But then I felt like we came back to it, and then we had the MP3. Like, we were dancing around it a bit rather than like we sat there and it was like, there was so many steps to it that we were sort of second guessing ourselves, whereas this felt different because it's like you go in there and you have a 3-hour slot that
and you just have to
paid
get it done.
for, and like you get it done, right? So, and sometimes when I work with you, I don't feel like I'm working with the producer. I'm working with my friend. It's a different feeling. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm spending time with my mate. I'm not. It's different. So, for the first time, like went in.
I'll
It's
just
a bit
start
out of my
charging you then, cunt. That's fine.
Yeah, I think that's what actually has to happen. But yeah, I don't know. It was a different feeling. Like that. It was really good. Really happy with what we came out with, and I've got the recording session next Wednesday. It's a different style of genre, so it's gonna be like a house type track. So I'm really excited. Like I can't wait. It's something different. I've been wanting to do it for ages, but I didn't think there was any production that was, just right for me. So being able to obviously build from the ground up and make that was great. It's actually been a bit difficult because I need to write for that song, but then obviously I was working on my own stuff previously, and I'm so excited about other songs I'm making that like I don't want to stop. And then I had a song that like I literally filmed a music video for that like I'm no longer sort of...
You're not going to release?
No, I'll release it, but the same fire that was in me for that song like isn't there anymore because I'm so excited about these 3 songs.
So how many do you have in the pipeline?
5. And I want to release them by the end of the year. And if I can get those...
You want to release 5 in December?
I'm not meant to be completely honest. I had a conversation with an old friend who's working at a PR agency now, and
they called you a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he said, you're putting in so much work, like your content's great, the effort you're putting in, your music sound is great, you're just not... Like I struggle with the PR, the press release, all that. I knew it's always been a weak spot. And like maybe I'm being ignorant, but like I love releasing. If I'm fucking... Sorry, I'm trying not to swear, but if I'm sitting here and it's like, here we go, let's give another 4 weeks to try and get a lottery ticket on a Spotify playlist. It's like, bro, I'm just not... Like, I've got a timeline on this. Like,
yeah, I get you.
I'm waiting 4 weeks. It means I've only got 9 more shots at doing this. But if I release 5 in the next month, I've got a lot more than 9. I'm taking free throws here, and I'm just trying to hit the mark. So at the end of the day, I haven't made the decision what I'm going to do yet. I'll meditate on it. I'll pray about it, and I'll figure it out. But I've felt in a role. Like I really have felt good. It's felt like it's already here. Like it's happened. And I don't know what it is, but it's happened. It's already mine. So it seems like a weird thing to say, but it feels good, and thank God. And that will continue happening. I'm not even going to say I hope it continues. Like it will continue happening, and like these are the best songs coming out. I'm being real. Like these are the best songs coming out. So I can't wait to finish the year strong. I can't wait to just see the 1 million streams on my page. Like it's I already feel it's mine. So it's good.
It's gonna happen.
Good. Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
And then we have something booked in early Jan. I'm hoping that we can get to.
Oh yeah, we do too. I'm so excited.
Do we want to give like?
No, I almost. But every time we announce something, we cuck it for ourselves. And we were talking about this the other day, where it's like silence is the way to go. Yeah. It's like if you start saying things, it's like it tricks your mind into thinking like it's already happened. Like you get some sort of a not a dopamine hit, but I guess it is a dopamine hit and a sense of satisfaction from it, which then you don't need to work for because you've already received expressions of interest and validation from other people when you tell them, you're like, oh, we're doing this. Like, that's such a good idea. And then all of a sudden, the energy kind of disperses, or maybe they'll say it's a bad idea, and the energy disperses in another way. It's like, I don't know. Do you want to announce it? But like, if we don't stick to it, I'm not going to lie, I'll be very, very angry.
I think we're going to stick to it.
We are going to stick to it.
Yeah.
How many tracks?
Well, we sort of got gypped on one.
We did
already,
get gypped on one a little bit.
which is alright. It is what it is. It's not.
What happened there? Tell us.
Oh, I just had a beat. I found recorded like
And then it went bye-bye.
majority of a song. Like I didn't record. Like I recorded it, but it was freestyle.
Yeah.
Freestyle came out cracker. It was one of the times where like I was in a pretty good flow state. You've heard it.
Yeah,
There was
yeah,
a lot of
was
words
good.
in there. Like it was almost as if like I went off the cuff, which is like really good. But unfortunately, someone purchased the beat out exclusively, so we can't use it.
You know what? That will be something for us to work on.
Yeah.
We'll make a beat that's
We'll
similar.
make a beat that's just similar.
We'll do it.
You know, work on the BPM, something better, and then
For sure.
release it. Because I love the melody of it, the chorus. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. I think
We haven't even said what it is yet.
5. We won't. But let's just say I think 5 to 7 songs should be the goal. I really do think that.
I agree.
And if we think we're being like tiff, I don't care.
Nah.
Like I think
Bro, we can
I
do
think-
5 to 7
I
songs.
think we're too good at this point.
If you've done fucking 5 songs in however long, like you're ready to release 5 songs now already.
I wouldn't say ready
that's crazy.
today.
Well,
I would say
with
I
a
hope
little
to
bit
be
of work.
ready within 2 weeks.
bro, and how stressed have we been on time recently?
Yeah, it has
Like
been.
this is the busy period of the year.
It's been a hectic period.
So I'm not worried. I think we'll smash it.
I'm excited though.
Bro, I'm
can't say that
I'm ready
enough,
to
like-
release, man. I'm ready to go. Like
what does the big dib have in the pipeline?
bro, like I said, it's been so stacked these past few weeks. But always writing, always producing. Do I have anything ready to go?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. No, this fucking podcast takes up too much of my time.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Bro.
yeah. It's there's nothing ready to go, but God willing, there will be soon. There's a lot. There's like a big chunk of beats and written verses and recorded verses that I'm very happy with. Some of them will probably end up. I'll work on with you
Yeah.
in the next month or two.
I'm excited for that.
Which would be gone. But I don't have anything ready to release. But don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. I'm not going to say too much about it. Like I said, you don't want to do the thing that DJs do. Big things coming.
Yeah.
It's like it never comes. I've fallen victim to that plenty of times. You know, how many times have we tried to do like an EP together or something? Yeah. I'm pretty sure we announced one like 2 years ago. Back when we worked
Did we?
at Social Designer. I remember the car trip as well. And then we...
Did we?
Yeah, we put out an announcement post. We took it down afterwards because we were like, that's not going to happen.
What was it?
It was a joint... We were going to do a joint project together.
But Social Designer was long ago.
Yeah. I remember we were in the car ride. We were in the car going home. And we were like, we should do it. And then we were like, you know what, let's just announce it tonight. And then we'll just have to stick to it. We'll just like set the release date and everything.
I must have been watching the Brockhampton documentary and
And
just
I was
got
like,
jacked up.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. I was like, this is a good idea. I think we went to Stratford Plaza that evening. And we're like, we'll take a photo and like we'll put it on the story and everything. Like, okay, sweet.
Am I wigging to say Ethan was there?
Yeah, Ethan took the photo.
Okay, I remember this.
Yeah.
I remember this. Yeah, 100%.
And we're like, gun. And then I don't know what happened I don't know if we ended up putting out one track together. I don't remember if we ended up putting out no tracks at all at that point in time. But it was definitely a case of we spoke too much about it.
You know what we ended up creating? Fuck. If we have it, should we
released
should we put a snippet here? I think we should.
We never released it.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
And who came into the studio and did ad-libs?
Christian.
Yeah.
You know what? That was fun though.
That was so fun. That was such a good track. Like for the time. I wouldn't release it now. Fucking no way.
But
and we're so much better.
Have you got it? I don't have it. So
I have no idea. I don't know if there will be a snippet here or not. I don't know if I've still got it. But I remember it very vividly.
That's crazy.
My favourite ad-lib was Ice.
Bro, that was actually a lot of fun, bro.
It was good. And it felt like a real studio session, like where you bring in the boys.
Yeah.
And like you're hanging and like that's what music's supposed to be fun.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
supposed to be good. And sometimes we're too hard on ourselves, I think,
We get caught up in it.
for sure. Like, we're so, not strict, but like hypercritical of the things that we produce or we make. And, you know, you go in there and you're like, I want it to be perfect from the get-go. It's not going to happen like that.
Yeah.
Like, just chill, have a good time. And I think we're at a point now where we know enough and we're practiced enough that we can do that. Thank God.
Yeah,
'Cause it's a long journey to get even a fraction of the way there.
100%.
Like, you spend so long, at least I do, I spend so much time going like, all right. And, like, I know what I want it to sound like, but like, I don't know how to get there.
Yeah.
It's like, I know what good lyrics are, but like, they're just not coming out. And it's like, it's a persistence game. It's a perseverance game. That's a word that like has been really like sticking with me recently. Like, I've been seeing it around, I've been hearing it, been meditating on it. Persevere. It's like, things seem up, things seem down. There's a plan for us always, and all we have to do is, actually, there's a sign across the road at Barber Scotty. It says, imagine a world if we all used the gifts that God gave us. And all you got to do is align yourself with His will and with the talents that He's given you, put them to good use and use them for good. And yeah, things are going to seem up, things are going to seem down, but like, there's a plan, and it'll be good. And like you said, you don't have it. You can't. It's not here, but you can already see it. Yeah. That million streams. It's like, it's already a reality. It's because you know you're on the path. You become so certain in it. Everything in your life is leading to something. And I'm excited to see that 1 milli, baby.
Spizzed.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think I 100% agree. I can't even elaborate on that. That was beautiful.
That's the bearded bakers. That wasn't me.
But yeah, I think I'd be excited to get in the studio in January, and we definitely got to lock that in.
Yeah, we will.
But apart from that, like,
you've been killing content. You've been killing content. How about that?
I was gonna ask you actually about life in general.
Life in general. Life's been
because I
busy.
feel I've almost taken a bit of a step back in terms of like, still busy, but I'm feeling my time more because, funnily enough, what it was the vlog made me recognize that like I remember the first week and I was like, bro, there's no freaking music in this.
Yeah.
I was like doing daily vlogs, and I guess the vlog correlates like the content time, and I was editing content and creating content. But at the same time, I was like, there wasn't nearly enough music. It was almost like I had a mirror held up to me in the form of a vlogging camera, and it was interesting to see. And then ever since then, like, definitely put more time into the music.
Good.
And like was able to really like, you know, manipulate my time, where it's going, how I'm spending it. And like in the last couple of weeks excelled. It was really good to do that. But I was going to ask you, like, I felt like I've taken a step back in business, but like you've amped up. Is there anything that like weighs on you, sits on your mind?
Sits on my mind? No, like I know we get like a lot of people are in similar positions to me. I actually think I'm lucky, to be honest, but like we're trying to juggle music and work and relationships and life, and you know, I used to let friendships and relationships suffer for the sake of working on music. But I realized there needs to be a little bit of a balance, because if you're not doing it now when you're, I don't want to say nothing, but when you're small, then how do you expect it to change when all that pressure is on you when you're big, when everything is times 100, it's 100x? Like, do you think you're going to get more sleep then? Are you going to be less stressed?
Yeah.
You think it's going to be easier to see people? Bro, they're going to get busier. You're getting busier. So I was like, okay, like for life in general, like I need to be doing the things that I want. I need to be making the changes now. Don't get me wrong. I would love to spend 12 hours a day on music. Like I said, I'm lucky to be in a position where things are flexible the majority of the time. Unfortunately, right now, it's a really busy period at work. And we love doing this podcast. We don't want to miss weeks. We got to put out the content and everything. So I'm hoping people are enjoying it as well, because like it doesn't just fucking happen. We don't use AI to fucking to just make the content, like, bro. I mean, to be fair, we do use AI to transcribe the captions. So thank you to AI for that. But like for the most part, it's like we're going through, we're cutting, we're making the edits, you know, the zoom ins, the zoom outs, we're posting, scheduling, we're doing the audio engineering, we're spending the time here in the studio. Like there's a lot. It's not just me. You're in the fucking same boat. You helped me edit the other day. Like,
can I be real? Shout out to Raph, because
stop shouting me
Raph,
out.
This wouldn't exist. We had a conversation before it started, and when we decided to do a podcast, and I was very, you know, upfront with Raph, and I said, look, I can't do this if I'm gonna have to even do 50-50. Like I was being real with Raph, and he took it on board, and he said, no, like I'm gonna carry, and he is carrying. Like I come on Tuesday, or whenever we film, right, and I might set up a couple things, and I might help the pack down, and I might there's a couple of the bigger, like one of the bigger pods I helped. All right, we're gonna sit through that, edit. I'll listen to pods and find moments, but at the end of the day, the man behind the computer and the man, you know, cutting it together, posting the clips, that's all Raph. And like it's like he's being very humble right now, and I really respect that. But in all honesty, bro, I just wanted to like publicly say thank you, because that's just the truth of it. There's that is the truth of it. So
I appreciate it.
So you wouldn't
but
have
it's nothing.
tuned in without a big mighty dib working behind it. So
no, but seriously, like it's mutually beneficial. I couldn't do it without you. Like, you're underselling yourself, to be honest. Like, if it was just me sitting here today, there would be fucking nothing. So like,
fair enough.
So it's not just me. It really is a 50-50. Even though you might not think it is. Like, you bring a lot of the life to the pod. I'm glazing as well now, but bro, could not do it without you. You listen through the pods as well. Check if I've missed anything. Like, you're fucking. Like, bro, you're doing. I think you're doing more than you yourself credit for as well.
When I say N words, and when I Raph has to cut like 30 times.
That's not true. Nick never says the N word.
When I slip up, I say things I shouldn't. Naughty things. Naughty things. But you know, we're just having fun. And, but no, it's been really enjoyable, and I think. Yeah, I just wanted to shout out Raph. But
I appreciate
how do you? I think it's a question I tend to always ask you, but I don't think I've asked you in like a formal setting or like I guess I've never almost directly asked you. Well, there's always someone around, but when you spoke about how relationships don't suffer, and it's something I've definitely tried working on, and I'm trying so hard to work on. In terms of like partner-wise, like, you know, the girlfriend stuff, like I'm not even close to working on that. But even like the relationship suffering with like friends and trying to catch up with people, spending time with brothers, family, like I'm definitely trying to work on that.
Yeah.
Because I'm very, you know, 0 to 100 with stuff. Like if I'm locked in, I'm locked in. Like I'm in there. But I feel like I've been going to more events, supporting more people, spending more time with you, spending more time with family. I think we're both doing really good. Really trying my best. But like one thing I always admire with yourself, which to be honest isn't uniquely a Raph thing, but I think you do it extremely well, is with your partner and like balancing that, because I couldn't imagine like having a partner at this stage, and because I understand how much time and effort it takes, and I couldn't imagine like putting in, for example, you'd sit there and I think I'd just be in a million places at once, and my brain's going, and to have someone put in 100% when I feel like I'm not would be doing a complete disservice to the other person, even though like, you know, we've both come into that. Like I can't. How do you manage that? And I'm sure this is like something that if you could shed light on, people who are outside the music industry would appreciate heaps. People who are just, you know, focused on their career, focused on work, because you know it is so important. Like relationships are the biggest thing.
Yeah,
probably above everything, to be completely honest with you. But how do you balance it? Do you have any tips? Do you have any faults? Like seriously,
bro,
like
faults? Yes. Fuck. I suck.
No.
I say we're doing a good job, but like I do suck sometimes for sure. It's gotten way better recently, though I would say like the past year. And it's for a few reasons. Number one is I realized that as people, the most important thing we have is our relationships. God calls you love first and foremost. And if you're not doing that, if you're putting anything above love, then you're fucking up somewhere. Like you're doing something incorrect. I kind of, not like, I didn't like read that or come to that realization and go like, oh, you need to change exactly what I'm doing. But it's something that it's been a slow burn. I've been like, yeah, it's like it comes in little waves. It's like, I'm being slack. Yeah, no, I can't be doing that. Look, it's not just me, to be honest. Like I think for anyone in a relationship or for anyone wanting to be or not wanting to be or just thinking about relationships, wondering how it's done, it's tough. Everything you said, every worry that you have, like you have to face it. You know, there's so many things that you have to deal with. You can't just sweep them under the rug. You know, it's like time. Yep. Work, arguments, not seeing eye to eye on certain things. You're dedicated to music. You're worried if it's not going to, provide. They're worried about the same things, you know, and it's like you handle it one way, they handle it another. Whether they win the argument or you win the argument, whether you continue going on one path or you have to compensate, you know, pick up more hours at work to provide for other people. It's like you have to make it work in one way or the other. I'm extremely lucky. I have the best partner because she's understanding and she more than meets me halfway. There was a lot of time in our relationship where I was drunk and music was the sole focus. And it's harder when your partner isn't as busy as you as well. We're both extremely busy, and she's extremely understanding, so it makes it a little easier now. But like in the beginning, when you're so hyper focused on something and it makes them feel like they're second, even though they might not be in your eyes, it's like I'm working because I'm doing it for us. Like for you, like in your head and in your eyes, you're looking at the situation. You're like I don't understand how this person can say these things. Like I'm trying to make things work, yes, for me, but like also for us, so that I don't have to be working later, so that I can do something I love, so I don't have to be a grump at home. I don't have to come home from a 9 to 5 that I hate. I can spend more time with the family. You know, so many good things are going to come from this. I'll do what I love. I get to follow the path that God has set out for me. Use my talents. All these different things. It's like and they're all in front of you, and you're like, I'm looking at this puzzle in one way, and this person's not looking at it in the same way. They just can't. Like you're speaking two different languages. If you ever find yourself in a relationship where that person doesn't see the same, like you just have to work on it and pray that you both will come to an understanding or meet at a point where you both see eye to eye on that. And for me, especially like this past year, it's been like, Lesrina has said to me, like, I can see what you're doing and why you're working so hard. She's been busier. When she got busier, she was like, okay, I kind of understand. Like, there's not always time to do certain things. But also I had to take a step back. Like some days I'm like, I really, really want to work on music because I want to be working on music 24/7, of course. But it's like, you can't be slack. You can't be. Like there is going to be a little bit of time that you have to, it's not a sacrifice. I just have to spend it with my partner. I don't feel like it's a sacrifice because I love spending time with her. Obviously, music is taking an L, but there's a balance to everything. You know, if we were perfect, I guess we'd spend 24/7 in church. So I guess everything is an L to that. It's like, at the top, it's like, spend your complete life in prayer, and then you bring things out of it, and it's like, okay, well, I need to eat, I need to sleep, I need to go to work, I need to work on my hobbies, I need to see people, I need to see partners, I need to socialize with people. You need to experience things, otherwise you're never going to have anything to write about, never have anything to produce, never have any inspiration at all. So yeah, look, it's not easy, but it has been so much easier, and it's come with also getting better at music as well. I'm sure you have had days where you sit and you're working and it's like, oh, sat for like 3 hours and got nothing. And then when you look back at your week, you're like, okay, I spent 3 hours every day on music, but in your head, you're like, I spent 0 time on music because I didn't get anything done. It's like nothing happened. Or I scrapped that idea and that one was shit. And you're frustrated. Yeah. You get to the end of the week and it's like, I did nothing. I did nothing.
I did nothing.
but in reality, it's like you did. It's like you did, but it's it's tough. It's tough. But thank God that recently, and I'm sure it's happened for you as well, getting better. Things are coming together quicker. And it's also understanding that things planned out. Like you're on your path already. You don't need to stress too much about it. Like, do the right thing, do what's best, put in 110%, control what you can control, be fair to the people around you, because reminder, God calls you to love first and foremost, and everything will work itself out. So even though I haven't been, producing as much as I would have liked to, because whether it be work, podcast, partner, trying to pay attention to my mates a little bit, just so I don't feel left out, my cousins, family, whether it be whatever else is on the plate, I know that things will be all right, and there will be a point very soon where I feel like I'm, again, doing too much music, maybe. Things are never perfect, up and down. God willing, in the very, very near future, I'll have more time without sleep depriving myself to work on some good stuff, and I know we've already got things blocked out, so it's going to be sweet. But yeah, like for the partnership, the number one thing I would say is you and your partner need to see eye to eye on it, and if they believe in you 110%, if you're with the right person and they believe in you 110%, you will. If God is at the center of your relationship, He'll guide you, and like it doesn't happen overnight. Been with my partner for like 2.5 years more, maybe, and yeah, that was not an overnight thing. It's a lot of work. But if you love them,
it's like a big commitment.
For sure it is. But like, there's nothing good in life that comes. I don't want to say like there's nothing good that comes easy, but everything good is worth working for, at the very least. If it doesn't come easy, then you should at least be willing to work for it. If it's worth it, for sure. And if it's not, then what the fuck are you doing?
Bro, that was gone.
Merci very much.
That was.
I hope that made sense. It was a lot of
100%.
circling and spilling ideas, but I hope there was something in there that
100%.
People could take. I hope that you got. Hope.
Yeah, no, definitely. The integration of I've sometimes feel a bit unbalanced, but
for sure. Oh, bro, I do as well.
The rhythm, the ebb and flow you were talking about, like I definitely need to balance that a lot more, and
I think you're doing so much better than a lot of people, for starters, but so much better than you were even 12 months ago.
I do agree with that.
Like, look how, like, I see you heaps.
Yeah.
I know a lot of that is podcast and church. Like I know we don't like just go for walks in the park and shit, but you know, as a result of that, like even just being here in the studio, even though we would consider it work, even though we would consider church somewhat of a obligation, you know, you don't want to miss.
Yeah.
As a result of just balancing the necessities
Yeah.
in your life, how many more people are seeing you? How many more opportunities are you getting to, you know, take a step back from the stresses of life?
Yeah.
And, you know, we've been going out and socializing at music events as well here and there. You were at Yaz's boat party.
Yeah.
You were at, was it Club Bazooka?
Yeah. I think, yeah, for those who don't know, I can tend to have a bad habit where when I'm locked in, like
You're locked in.
yeah, like
the lock is real.
won't leave my house. Like I'll go to work, come home, go to work, come home, go to work, come home, and
Not even Nick has the key.
yeah, like
It's locked.
you can't reach me. You can't So I feel like I am getting better at that. And the thing that stood out to me the most with what you said was, if you can't do it now, how do you expect to be able to do it when the pressure's on? That's a massive
100%.
That was spearsing. So that was great. I knew I've always wanted to ask you that pretty blatantly, because I feel that's somewhere where you excel, and I definitely have some room for improvement. So thanks for that.
The only reason you would say that is because you haven't had 3 years to work on it, bro. When you, God willing, very soon, the right person comes into your life.
Hit it up. Hit me up.
Ladies, what are we doing?
Ladies, please.
Resume's good, works 24/7 on music. Resume's the same as mine, to be honest. And look, I still landed one, so you got hope, bro. Don't worry.
You know, I do music.
He's funny. He does announcements at church as well.
Yeah, I just great. And I have like what? Yeah, just slide through. Except for specific. No, I'm joking.
I don't want to know what he was going to say.
I was going to say races, but
yeah, I knew you were going to say races.
No, I'm joking.
I was hoping it was ages, but it's all right, mate. That's okay. We can discriminate against them instead.
No one over Max. Nah, but in all seriousness, in all seriousness, if it comes, it comes. It doesn't, it doesn't. But yeah, it's always like, I think I always think about it because even I think I take your extreme, which is a partner, and I try and use that advice for my base. Does that make sense? Because it's something I need to work on. Like what you do for your extreme is probably what I needed to integrate to, for example, friends first. Like it's not it's not so much an eye to eye thing. It's more so like, I'll integrate what you do with your partner more so with because I'm starting from the baseline's different.
Well,
so
I will say nothing will prepare you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like when you just have to,
Like
when you have to deal with it, you have to deal with it.
Yeah, for sure.
It is what it is. And it's hard, but it's not.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not a shit go. You just work through it.
Yeah,
you just do it. Fuck, man.
This sucks. Fuck. But no, 100%.
And look, with friends and stuff as well. I know this is not really like music related, but I guess every creative.
I think they understand. I think you guys understand if you're in the creative field. You're 100% right. Like, you get enveloped in a mind, and your whole reality is shrouded in this need to consume from everything around you in order to create something greater than yourself, and then it just shrouds your mentality for the whole day. And I think I love it though. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't imagine just being like, I don't know. I probably should imagine it, but I couldn't imagine just being like, I'm just not going to think about, you know.
I don't think we have the capability
I
as
don't think
artists
I can.
to do that.
I just love it. I love being in my head.
Do you mean this in the sense of you walk around and the ideas they come to you. You see
You
things,
always
you
just
draw
have to be
inspiration.
switched on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
you're
you
just
can't-
waiting for the next thing
Yeah.
almost. Even if it's not a conscious waiting, you're not looking for it. It's just you're always ready. The
Yeah,
filter,
you're
the
ready
filter's
to go.
open.
The antenna's open.
That's
you
it.
always have to like manipulate your emotions, manipulate your thought process, understand why you feel certain ways, think certain ways, do certain things. Not just like
Oh, bro, the amount of times I'm in conversation, especially with my partner, and, you know, things will happen or something will be said or an emotion will be stirred up or provoked, and I'll go, okay, yeah, that's a good song.
it's actually smart. So, all right, rewind. Let's do this. So slide in my DMs, but we only do like 3-week periods at a time.
And then after 3
gain
weeks,
all my content, emotional experiences from you.
you have to move on to the next one.
And then, yeah, you just like, we just shake hands,
You
good
are-
agreement, and off you go.
You'll get some good songs.
You get good songs.
But eventually you'll get the same songs. You do realize that.
No, that's why you change every
No,
3
no,
weeks.
no, because you'll always experience the first stage of the relationship.
Yeah, but that's a good one. No, I'm joking. Yeah, that's a good part. No, but yeah, I get exactly what you mean. I'm having fun with it, but
Like, you could probably do it for like, I don't know. You do it for a while, to be fair.
Yeah.
And then it would be, we were literally just talking about this at the start. Hip hop's overdone because it's all about that part of life.
yeah.
That's it, because you're always living in that moment where you're either chasing something new or there's a game about, you know, how many women can I get?
Yeah.
How many parties can I go to? How hard can I go? If you're always focused on the exact same thing, you always rinse and repeat the exact same shit, your music's always going to be the same. And like,
Get put into
unfortunately for a
thought
lot of these
loops,
artists,
yeah.
it's like, L. That's exactly what's happened. You're a rinse and repeat now.
You get trapped into thought loops and thought processes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And sometimes the best experiences come when, well, I wouldn't say things are not changing, but when you're strapped in, when you're strapped down,
Yeah.
and you're just living life the way it's, I'm not going to say meant to be. People can choose how they want to live their life, but I think we both have a good, we follow the same guide on how to live life, I would say.
Yeah.
And I would say that's the best way to get maximum content, creativity, inspiration,
Yeah.
living that way. Because I think we've been force-fed so much in our life from people that all want the same things or have the same agendas or share the same ideas. And to be on a different path that's not so publicly advertised, even though it seems like it is more so now. It's great. It's fantastic. It brings a lot to the table of creativity. Like, there's a lot of unexplored possibilities that aren't really in the mainstream. Gives us a good chance to go for it and play around with it as well.
100%.
I was actually thinking, and sorry, I've kind of stolen
No.
the mic a little bit
No,
in
this
this,
is
but
gone.
like I've been thinking, and maybe I shouldn't even say it because again, like, you don't want to put out ideas too early and lose them. But
Just fucking say it.
like,
Fucking bitch. No, I'm joking.
you know what? I don't have to say it. Fuck you.
I have nothing. I need this.
Like, maybe not our EP, but like songs that are like really leaning into the prayer aspect. I think Daniel was saying it a night or two ago, and it was really good. If this is what actually like really gave me the idea. It was so inspiring. He goes, "How hard is it for you to learn, like, how to say a Saint Michael the Archangel prayer, like off the top of your head? I bet you hear a song one time on the radio, and you remember it straight away, and that's in your head all day, just going round and round and round. And this is filling your head." And I was like, okay, but what if the song that you heard on the radio was literally just a prayer, or just something that played over and over and over in your head that connected you with the higher power, with God, made you reflect on Christ, made you reflect on your own life, be a better person. I was like, oh.
But do you not think that song
Gone.
is a form of prayer, regardless of the content? And
Well, I mean, like, I guess you could say prayer, but like, not really, because you'd be praying to or about the wrong things.
But then the prayer's being offered to the wrong person.
Yeah,
But it's
that's
still
exactly
prayer.
what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah. 100.
But if
So you
if
can't really say
imagine-
like it's a prayer, because we wouldn't consider that a prayer. That's considered like fucked up.
But the thought form itself is prayer, like the ability to like take a gift God's given you and then transmute that into like something creative, which is then sent you, and then make it into something greater than ourselves. I would sort of consider that a form of prayer.
I think prayer
Prayer
comes in many
and then
forms.
the devil just perverts certain songs which are prayers.
Mm.
Like every idea, every thought. Like I'm a bit weird in the sense that I believe like every thought is a prayer, because every thought is God listening.
Mm.
He hears us every time we think, every time we speak. So are we not praying all day? Now, I don't know if this is like biblical in any sense, but I think it was pretty common to be taught that what we think is what we become, and it shapes our reality. Even when Jesus was walking with his disciples and there was the wolf or the dog on the ground, and it had been disfigured, and it was the body was rotting, and they went, "Oh, it's disgusting, I can smell." And then he went, "Look how beautiful the teeth are." And I think that was just an analogy for, you could see the worst in something that's dead and decaying, but if you change your perspective, it's so weird to say, look how beautiful the teeth are. Like, he saw beauty in something that everyone would consider disgusting and mutated and revolting, and he found the beauty within it. So if I viewed it as an analogy to our thought forms and the way we think and feel, and if we're able to take gratitude and beauty from the creation of God, regardless of what it comes from, then we may have the ability to send prayer through all works that we create in life, regardless, and we're always praying.
I agree with you to an extent. Like, I think that's a beautiful sentiment, and I would, at risk of destroying your entire point,
No, I want to hear.
It would be prayer comes in so many forms. If you work and dedicate it to God, it's a prayer. I think the only part that I would disagree with you on is that I think there has to be an intention. I think you have to do it with the intent to give it to God, and then it's a prayer. You have to do it with the intention of being or doing good. Because work, 100%, I agree with you. Like, prayer, mentally and spiritually, in silence and in reverence and in a state of meditation almost, is a form of prayer, yes. And then when you go and you work hard, I would say that is also a form of prayer. And I would say to solidify it, when you start it, offer it to God. Go, I'm using the gifts that you gave me. I'm providing for my family. I'm doing the work that you are calling me to do, or, and that makes it a beautiful form of prayer. Yeah, I 100% agree. And the other thing is, you were saying, like, I'm not sure if it's biblical or not, but I also really agree with it on the point that there's a reason you have to strive to be like Christ, but you will never be Christ. And that is because whatever you're thinking is what you'll become. And if you are always aiming upwards, your life will always be getting better. You will always be getting better as a person. No one's perfect, and you will never be perfect. But if you're always aiming upwards, then you are doing a good thing. You are being better than you were yesterday, which is at least something. Because if you're not aiming upwards, what are you doing? Because we know, like, if you're staying stagnant, you're not staying stagnant, you're getting worse. Or if you're looking down, if you're not aiming for anything at all, then things are going to be terrible. Things are going to be not good for you, like, very, very quickly. So I think it's beautiful, because I've heard it a lot, like, what's the point of trying to be like Christ if you can never achieve it? And it's like, well, because what's the alternative?
Yeah.
What is the alternative?
It's true.
Wallowing in self-pity and going, oh, I want to be like that guy. It's like that guy. In a week, that guy's going to be better than he is now, and then you're going to be left behind. It's like you can never aim for standard. You can't, like, don't do that to yourself. You're built for so much more, especially like as creatives. Even like it will manifest itself but it will manifest itself in your art. Like, don't do that to yourself. But yeah, of course, I'm not gonna restrict it to creatives, but just for the sake of
in people's marriages.
Yeah, like
going to the office,
100%.
Their relationships with co-workers, their relationship with work, their ability to be grateful for what they do, rather than be stressed out. That's that I can attest to that. I used to just getting like angry. You remember, like, not angry in terms of like anger, but like more frustration and why am I doing this? Like, why hasn't this worked yet? And why is it? And then now it's like, through just you're able to take a step back and go like, I've got what I need. I'm grateful for the fact I can do this.
Yeah.
So why would I be frustrated with the fact I have to do it? Just being able to do it's a blessing. So that was a great lesson. So I 100% agree with you on that, and just being able to like look at things differently. And but we're not perfect.
And you never will be.
I swear, sin, this, that.
Make
like,
silly jokes.
Yeah, I make naughty jokes. Naughty jokes. And but you know what? At the end of the day, it's just one step forward at a time. It's
Exactly.
Good. It's good.
Exactly. And I guess, like, just touching back on, aren't all songs prayer? Like, I guess you're right. Like, to an extent, yeah. Like, I guess it is our point. They'll manifest themselves. So, like, make it good. Like, I don't know if...
The whole point is conscious programming, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think I don't know if you share this view, but, like, for me, my goal as an artist is to, like, just at least make a dent in the music that people are receiving. Like, just be part of that movement that makes music better for people and brings them closer to living a good life, rather than being a part of, you could make any type of music. Like, there would be no point in me making the same music as whatever's filling up the top 20s right now and leading people down a bad path, because, like, it doesn't benefit anyone. It really doesn't. It doesn't even benefit yourself. Even if you make $1 million from it for selling out, it doesn't benefit you. You're actually taking the biggest L ever. Like, you're selling out for what? You've ruined yourself, and you've ruined how many other people, like, and you're not contributing to society.
Can I ask you an interesting question that just popped in my head?
No.
Based on... Yeah, I'm just going to ignore your rudeness. Based on what you've spoken about today, I have a question. So you mentioned earlier that sometimes you have to make a sacrifice in order to provide for the ones you love, and now you've come across this point. No, seriously.
I know where you're going with it.
So would you kill your child? No, I'm joking. I
didn't know where you were going with it. I was wrong.
No, I was going to say, would you
sell out for the sake of...
No. So not sell out. I don't think, because I know you wouldn't. I would say, would you, like, for example, if you made music that wasn't necessarily like, so like you mentioned the prayer forms, completely prayer form, but then you had music that wasn't bad at all, like not morally negative in the slightest, but it was giving you higher income in order to provide for the ones you loved, would you stay more neutral, or would you stick to the prayer and receive less income to provide for the ones you love? Because it's sort of a...
Well, the prayer is like the idea of...
Because then providing for the ones you love is sort of a prayer.
Yeah.
Well, so it's like a weird...
Okay, no, so like when I mentioned like I had the idea of like leaning into doing music like as prayer, by no means did I mean like recite the Our Father in a song. Like there are artists that do it, and I've listened to them. Like I think it's called Amen, not by Nobby, by another artist, and it's amazing. It's literally just the Our Father on a song, and it's fantastic. But I did mean more so like as long as the lyrics are things that I agree with, morally correct, and leading towards God and Christ, then yeah, like it doesn't have to be a written prayer of any kind, as long as it's not on the opposite side of things. So yeah, like as a creative, it's not always going to be the same type of music. I'm sure I will have some songs that are like, oh, bro, this is like basically what we recite in church. And then there'll be others that are like, this is just a nice love song, you know? But as long as it's leading people closer to this side instead of that side.
What if it's a nice hate song? like a
what? Like a scissor?
I sort of, that was a joke, but in the same way, like, what
like
if
a Kill Bill.
Like, I guess the scissor one's the one.
Like a Kill Bill.
Kill Bill?
Yeah, that's one of the scissor tracks. And it's like, she sings about like wanting to kill her partner or her ex.
Okay, I guess maybe.
And it's a great song. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, maybe a bit less intense, but something like that, right? Like maybe, like, would you see that? Would that be part of your discography?
No, well, it would depend. It would really depend. If I felt like it's an experience, which I think that people would benefit from, like hearing someone else's perspective on, and it would help them, you know, work through things and be a better person, help them to figure things out, then yeah. But if I felt like I had written a song and it was just like completely cooked and it like did zero good, and it was just like encouraging people to, you know, be depressed or go kill other people or whatever it is, then as I stand right now, no, I would scrap that song. I say probably, no, I would definitely scrap that song.
I was just curious.
No, yeah, but you got a good question. Even if it meant like, oh, you release that and you make $1 million from it, no, because my gifts are from God, and if I'm spitting in His face in the process of it, then what's the point? It's like He can take it away in a second. Tomorrow I could lose my voice permanently. I could forget how to produce. I could be broken and never be able to, you know, like whatever. So if in the process I'm in any way, going against that, then no, like I'm not going to, because I'm certain that if it's not, if God forbid something did happen and, you know, wasn't able to release music, like it would, I would be providing for my family in another way, which would make God equally as happy, I'm sure. Like if like I had zero choice, I lost my voice and could never record, maybe I'd do producing instead, and I'd have to choose the artists that I work with carefully to continue my same mission, I guess. But yeah, there will always be a way to do both. I don't ever think and there will probably seem like situations where it's like you don't have a choice. You have to, and you just have to be prepared for that, and you have to be ready and on the ball. Like I've definitely experienced times, I've had experiences where I felt like I was in a corner, and sometimes I have made the wrong decision. So I'm very grateful that I'm not in I haven't been in a position where it's like a make or break, because I have fucked up in the past. I have done things that I now look back at and I regret, you know. So I'm very grateful that this is a preparation period for me before I'm ready to, you know, take on whatever it is I need to take on, whether it's the podcast blows up, whether it's we have an EP or a project, whatever, that skyrockets and does really, really well, or, you know, we reach 1 million streams next week, you know, something happens overnight. I'm grateful that it hasn't happened yet, because it hasn't happened for a reason. Like, when I'm still preparing, I still got to be ready, more and more ready. Can never be too ready.
That's a great answer.
Thank you.
Now,
it's a great question.
I don't know if we have rapids today, so I'm cognizant of
time.
7:40, and I know you have the.
Let's just do quick rapids.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah.
I want to ask you the rapids though, because I've done a lot of the talking today.
I'm happy to
Is
do
that
the
all right?
rapids. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Do you wanna somehow transition that better for?
No.
Nah, fuck it.
People know it's real.
Yeah.
We're a little bit short on time.
We're a bit short on time today.
We hope you enjoyed the pod. We're going to conclude.
It.
We're going to conclude with rapids, and let's make it for real rapid today.
Okay.
For real rapid.
And if random questions pop in your head, just do that. Doesn't have to be the usual. If you just
okay.
Anything funny pops in your head, just.
All right, done. Where are my rapids? Here they are. All right, 60 seconds on the clock. You ready?
Yeah.
Nick Webb, what's your favourite artist?
Fuck. You said rapid, and right now I'm cooking it. As of this very moment, the most on repeat is Jeremy Zucker and Chelsea Cutler.
Ooh.
Their joint album. I'll just say that.
Yeah, great album. Favourite club in Sydney?
I'm gonna have to say Glass Island's really been like a lot of fun lately.
Yeah, such.
Haven't been to Pav in a while, but I think there's a chance could be going this week. We'll see what happens. I don't know yet. Curious to see how that's going to be after like 2-3 years I haven't been there. So
Pat Yaz?
I don't know yet.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Best restaurant?
I love Asil. You know I love Al Asil.
Oh, yeah, for sure you do. Yeah. Go to Macca's order.
For the first time today, it's a new menu item. I actually had it.
What?
It's called the McCrispy. And it actually tasted like there was a substantial amount of real chicken in it.
Yum.
And I was very surprised. But if I'm going to be real, like my order's just Big Mac, 10 nuggets, maybe chuck in like a cheeky McChicken or like a cheese. But like, I'm pretty fat when I
was going to say it's just.
Yeah.
Proceeds to list every item on the menu.
And then you add like a sundae, because I don't eat Macca's very often. So when I do, it's like.
Indulgent.
Yeah, it's like I'm going to eat. So yeah.
I respect it.
You saw it the other night.
Oh, bro, you saw we weren't too far off, to be fair. We both ate like fat fucks. So I shouldn't be swearing. Vinyl or streaming?
Look, convenient streaming, yeah.
Give me a 5-letter word that starts with K.
Far out, bro. I don't know. Seriously, cling. That's not even right.
I don't think that starts with the K.
That's K. Kings.
Yep, good. Best movie ever?
Pretty standard one, but I think Shawshank Redemption.
Love it. That's in my top 3 for sure. Best country to visit?
Look, out of all the ones I visited, I loved Croatia, bro. I loved Croatia a lot. Like, I loved Lebanon. I think you're Lebanese. But I was very village spec, so I didn't get to experience I didn't get to experience Lebanon. I got to spend time with family, which is the most beautiful thing 100%. In the world. But to say country to visit, I can't actually speak on that. The one I've truly visited, Croatia's cracked.
Go again?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I might join you. Did you make your bed this morning?
Nah, no chance.
Did Mum make your bed this morning?
Mum had to go to work early this morning, so my bed's a bit cool.
Have you ever gone viral online?
I wouldn't say viral. Sorry. No, I wouldn't say viral. I think I've had success, but I wouldn't say viral. No.
Okay. Best snack in the studio?
Wow. You see me, I don't tend to really eat when I'm in the studio. I pump
Mum
coffee,
brings down
a lot of coffee.
Kiowa sometimes, was it?
Like, yeah, my mum, like, if people are over, my mum's got to, like, you know, chop up a couple of things.
Popcorn.
Popcorn. She does, like, the cheese and jats, like, a bit of, like, if there's a bit of cabernet. Like, you know, like, the Lebo spread, but...
Lebo spec. What's a song you wish you made?
Okay, by Jeremy Zucker.
You can only listen to one genre for a year. What is it? Country.
Indie.
Oh, nice. Dead or Alive, who are you collabing with?
Noel Kahan.
These are good answers. Pineapple on Pizza?
Yeah.
These are good answers. What's the song that shouldn't exist?
Fucking the one we made that we took down, the rap one. Not proud of that one. Oh, that's a solid answer. Like,
that's a very good answer.
Yeah, it's the one we made.
No, I don't think it shouldn't exist. I'm very happy.
It did well.
I'm happy it got released and is no longer up.
Yeah, it's no longer up.
Don't go look for it. It's not there.
Yeah.
First word that comes to mind when I say spaghetti.
Meatballs.
You're DJing a 5-year-old's birthday party. What's the first song that comes out?
What's 5? Like, what do 5-year-olds do these days?
Wiggles.
Wiggles?
Yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't have infiltrated your thoughts.
Maybe like a
fruit salad. Yummy.
But I heard like the Wiggles are like black and trans now or some shit. Like to
be fair, I haven't watched the Wiggles in a very long time.
They've liberaled them, so I don't know. They're the Libriggles.
I'm sure Greg's not there anymore. He wasn't there a long time ago. Jeff and Murray, I'm sure they're not there. I think Anthony's still part of it to some extent because he created
there's
it.
Like women and like they've cooked it, but nah, I'm joking. You know, the Wiggles always great.
That wasn't the question.
I don't know, something like I think far out. Like I think whatever's like nice and viral at the time.
Okay.
For it, like a baby shark. Like imagine like a baby shark, but like whatever it is for that time.
Yeah,
like I'm sure if I was more
so right now is it Baby Shark?
Like I guess I'd say Baby Shark or like whatever the equivalent is now. I'm not that tapped into the 5-year-old music experience.
Good answer.
Actually, I'd play Mother's Boy by Nick Webb. You know what? That's my answer. Go stream that on all music platforms. I never did any promotion for that. It's my highest streamed song in the shortest amount of time. Mother's Boy by Nick Webb. It's if you love your mum, play her this song. Think about her. Think about the ones you love. Mother's Boy by Nick Webb is an absolute banger. We got some radio time on it. I've done zero promotion for the track and I think you guys will absolutely love it. I still have people coming up to me today saying it makes them cry. And I'm so proud of that song that I'm going to shamelessly promote it right now. If I was at a 5-year-old's birthday party, they're probably screaming and being a rat to their mother. So you know what I would play? I would play Mother's Boy by Nick Webb.
Who's winning a boxing match? Which one do you want, actually?
Just do Diddy or Epstein.
Oh, Diddy or Epstein?
Diddles.
Really?
Oh, yeah, Dids for sure. I don't know why I said do Diddy or Epstein. That's like weird now. Nah, it's fine. I don't mind. But taco burrito?
No, I like that one. We're sticking with taco or burrito.
Burrito. You know, I've always
that's why I didn't ask it.
I've always gone with burrito. It's just a thick boy.
Favorite sound effect to use?
Get out. You know that like the.
No, I have nothing.
No, that's like more of a phrase, but like get out. Yeah, do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I love that.
I don't use it though, so I don't know.
Bro, pump it.
But I don't feel like you pump it that much.
No, like if you see me at work, like people say things and I feel bad because sometimes I just like, I have a twitch, I'm like, get out. And then like the boys start laughing.
We got a comment the other day on TikTok and it like got like held back like for review and it was literally get out. It's probably one of your mates from work.
No way.
Yeah.
Nah, they're just getting hate, but that's all right.
What's the last dream you remember? Come on. You're the king of dream catching.
I can't say it.
Well, the second last dream you remember.
I can't say that one.
All right, skip.
No, I can do third last one.
No one wants to hear that.
It was like a guy making me a peanut butter sandwich, and it ended weirdly. It ended badly. It's like a peanut butter.
I remember.
It was a peanut butter banana, and then he goes, "Do you want honey?" And then honey, and then I woke up. That's it. Like it's just a weird. That was a weird night.
And then he woke up.
That was a weird night. Literally, that's the dream. This isn't even like we're laughing because it's like an analogy. Like that was the dream. He offered me a sandwich.
And then he woke up. If you weren't into music, what would you do with your spare time?
I'd
Be
probably
happy.
renew my subscription to Jerkmates. No, I'm joking. Sorry. I think. Okay, to be real, I think I would consume a lot of my time with like I think I'd be doing something creative like videography, podding, like podcasting,
Yep.
that sort of thing.
It'd still be creative to some
Yeah,
extent.
100%.
What's the best concert you've ever been to? I think we know.
NF was good.
I didn't know. That's
Bro.
not what I expected.
I was like, bro,
That's the
NF
best
was
concert
good.
you've ever been to? NF? That's gone.
It was just intimate. It was Enmore Theatre.
Yeah.
Bro, it was like capped off. There was probably 1,000 people in there. And bro, it was just like Drake and Kendrick's and the festivals and the amazing. Oh, fuck. Dom Dollar at Carvo Paradiso though. But I have to say,
Seven
performance.
relapse.
Are we going to say performance?
Nah, just concert. Nah, if you want it to be Paradiso.
Like there was the NFL special. I
Okay.
really enjoyed that night.
All right, done. Lock it in.
Yeah.
Last question. How do we fix the Sydney music scene?
I think we have so much idea that, you know, bigger artists, I've heard that a lot. The bigger artists need to support smaller artists.
Yeah.
You know what? I've just pondered upon it like for a while. I don't know why that sounded mystical, but like I thought about
You're
it.
a very mystical person.
Yeah, Mr. McCool.
Mystic.
But bro, this has nothing to do with the artists. I've realized that very quickly. It has nothing to do with the music. If the issue of a scene is purely based on consumption, then the issue purely lies on the consumer.
Yeah.
I noticed it because I was at a set on Glass Island. Bro, why are people going on boats and paying amounts for tickets just to enter a premises to sit on their phone? Like, but to an excessive extent. There's always going to be those people that are dragged along by their friends. Like, why are there groups of people? It wigged me out. I'm not even saying this in a negative way, like go out and have fun and be drunk, but like, it just, maybe I don't understand it. That's what it is. But I think it's predicated on the consumer. And I think sometimes, shout out to all you listeners, and we love you. Squeeze
Squeezies.
me.
It's actually a blessies.
Thank you. Please just be, you know, more lively with your consumption and maybe spread your awareness. Try and see what's new. Don't stick to the same artists. Don't stick to the same venues. Don't stick to the same, you know, demographic. You know, try everything, and I think you'll find things you'll enjoy. And I think that's actually how we can fix it. Like, for us as artists, we try better to connect with the consumer.
Yeah.
And you guys as consumers, try better to connect with the artist. And it doesn't mean like go out and get fucking shit-faced and just have a good time. I'm talking like really just make the most
Or
of
do that,
what you've
maybe.
been given. You know what I mean? Like you're on a boat with great DJs. You're at a venue with great live artists. Don't be like, sometimes it can be nerve-wracking getting up, but really try and embrace it and talk to people. And I think that's like a merge of the two. And I think a lot of the answers have been like bigger artists need to support smaller artists, because in our mind we're so stagnant upon the fact that we need to grow. It's a like I need to grow. Nick needs to grow. And if I grow, then the music scene will get better. The music scene doesn't need Nick. I feel like it's so selfish of me to go, if a bigger artist showed me the admiration I deserve, then we can fix the music scene, because we need a Raph and a Nick, and we need a DJ, and we need to just connect a bit more. That's it.
I'll actually fully agree with you.
We need to connect with the consumer. The consumer needs to connect with us, and through that, that divergence of energy, I think that's how we not fix Sydney. It doesn't need fixing. It just needs that spark again. It's not broken. It's a bit stagnant at the moment. It's been in hibernation, and I think if we do that, we'll be ready to go.
What a fantastic answer. Nicholas Webb, thank you for being on the podcast.
The big Dib.
God bless you.
The great and mighty Dib. Thank you for being on the podcast. God bless you. Thank you for listening. Thank you to anyone who's gotten to this point. We love you. We appreciate you. Shout out to all of you for making this possible, and we love doing it.
Honestly, we really do. And we'll see you next week.
Stay tuned in to Tuned In.
That's age.
That was actually
Let's go.
Tuned in to Tuned In. It's like a bit of a slogan. I was gonna say slur.